Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. Call InventHelp today.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-352-1609. That's 1-800-352-1609.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 52security.com. That's the number 52security.com. 52security.com. Go to 52security.com.
Hurt or injured in a car accident? It can be hard to take the proper legal action after a car accident, but waiting can cost you more. The law requires car accident victims to assert claims promptly. You could lose out by simply waiting. Call 800-709-4667 right now to see what your claim could be worth when handled by a skilled attorney. With a lawyer fighting and speaking up for you, you could be entitled to a big cash award. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Now it's fast and easy to connect with the legal help you need after your car accident. Call 800-709-4667. The call is free, but you need to act now before time runs out on your claim. You need a lawyer to fight for you, protect you, and get you the compensation you need and deserve. Time's wasting. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Call now.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please call or go online right now.
You shouldn't have to pay to talk to the people closest to you, or the people who used to be. That's why Umbrella Wireless is proud to announce the new Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan. Now you'll get unlimited calls to your best buddy, your mom, or Cindy, once she realizes that you're seriously meant for each other and should stop screening your calls. Now the 30 minutes of agonizing silence where you're both afraid to hang up may drain your battery, but it won't drain your wallet. And you'll get unlimited calls just to check if she still cares enough to pick up, with no extra charges. With the Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, your phone will automatically answer calls from your ex, because maybe she finally realizes that you're the only one for her and wants to get coffee sometime. Now, after lonely nights of looking at pictures of the road trip you took together when everything was great, your misspelled texts are absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the booze. The Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, because she wants you back. She just doesn't know it yet.
Rod Eccles Show.
So the Supreme Court handed down another decision. Back up a little bit. By the way, folks, Walmart says they won't make a cake with the Confederate flag, but they okayed a cake with the Islamic State, ISIS flag on it. And now they're trying to backtrack and apologize for that. Idaho city's ordinance tells pastors to marry gays or go to jail. How do you go to jail for not marrying somebody? Told you folks, this is it's an attack on Christianity. Because I don't see them telling imams in a mosque to marry them or go to jail. Just pastors. Tells pastors to marry gays or go to jail. And now Russia is striking out and saying, who's godless now? Russia is pointing to the USA. It can't make this stuff up, folks. I mean, well, because, Russia's kind of found its, refound ever since the Iron Curtain fell, it's found its religion again, which is Eastern Orthodoxy. Eastern Orthodox Christians, and they're not about to bend on the gay marriage thing, and neither is Putin, or the Russians in general. But look, they didn't even really feel. Remember the Winter Games when they were talking about people of homosexual bent, and if they were to act up and be homosexual in Russia, they would get arrested and stuff. And Russia really didn't back down from their belief on homosexuality, if you want to put it that way. But it is what it is. So the Supreme Court, anyway. By the way, you can give me a call at toll free 603-835-3224. The Supreme Court handed down another decision, but this time it dealt a serious blow to President Obama's climate change agenda. By striking down key environmental regulations limiting pollution from power plants. Now, Justice Anthony Kennedy sided with the conservative side of the court in the 5-4 decision, with the majority ruling that the Obama administration should have factored into its rulemaking process the cost of the proposed regulations known as the Mercury and Air Toxics Standards, or MATS. Now, the rules, which critics say will drive up electricity prices across America, are a key piece of Obama's broader climate agenda. Now, the EPA has estimated the rules would cost about $9.6 billion per year, but failed to adequately consider that high price tag when developing the rules, the court said. Now, in the majority opinion, Justice Antonin Scalia blasted the administration for blatantly ignoring the cost of the proposal while relying on its own internal estimates of how much money the regulations would save through public health benefits. Now, the EPA's decision to regulate power plants allowed the agency to reduce power plants' emissions of hazardous air pollutants and thus to improve public health and the environment. But the decision is also ultimately will ultimately cost power plants, according to the agency's own estimate, nearly $10 billion a year. It's not going to cost the power plants $10 billion a year. It's going to cost the American people $10 billion a year in higher electric rates. Now, he wrote, Justice Scalia wrote, EPA refused to consider whether the cost of its decision outweighed the benefits. So the agency gave cost no thought at all, because it considered cost irrelevant to its initial decision to regulate. That's all they care about, regulate. We're going to regulate. Doesn't matter how much it costs. We're going to regulate because we the regulators. Mount up. So they don't care. You see what I did there? See that? Yeah. For all you cool people out there, you see what I did there? Yeah. Okay. But all they want to do is regulate, rule. They don't care what it costs you. They don't give two flying leaps what it cost you. You should be happy to pay the higher cost because it'll mean that you'll breathe easier, which means you'll spend less money at the doctors or the hospital. Now, what about people who don't have health issues and never get them? They're not saving anything. I mean, they're not saving anything, are they? I mean, well, you don't go to if you don't go to the doctor either, you're not really saving anything. But you're not saving nothing. If you don't, what if you don't? But you're still going to end up paying the electric bill, right? Well, unless you're off grid. Well, no, you can't do that in many communities. You have to be connected. So you're going to get charged anyway. Look, they're just... Now, ain't this a pip? Think about this for a second, folks. You've got some communities, some towns, some cities, municipalities that tell you that you have to be connected to the grid. That could be water, electric, gas or sewer, whatever. You have to be connected. Even if you have adequate self-generating power and water, you have to be connected to the grid. Now, don't these people also say that they want to have clean energy? So if you put up solar panels in a wind generator that generates all the power that you need and probably causes sending some of it back into the system, but let's say you disconnect, so you can't do that. So you generate all the power that you need. You don't need any more. In fact, you have an abundance of it. You can't even use it all. And it's all, from wind or solar, and it's clean energy, renewable as they call it. So it's not polluting anything. And it's quiet, and you don't contribute to the major power plant that is producing the power that's sent along the lines. But you're told you have to connect. And if you don't connect, they will condemn your house, which means you can't live there. So they're forcing you to join up with the dirty power instead of the clean power. All the while saying, well, yeah, we need regulations on these plants. Well, how about if more people did the self-generating thing, and then they wouldn't have to connect to the grid, and thus they wouldn't need as many power plants. But see, people, it is not about saving the planet. It is about ruling over you, telling you how to live your life. It is about regulating you. Plain and simple, because if they truly, really cared about the environment, they would be doing everything that they could to get every single building and home in these United States hooked up with an alternative or alternate energy producing source, even if it only produced a portion of that building or home's energy needs. Can you imagine if every single home in the United States had solar panels and or a wind generating turbine? Not a wind generator, but a power a turbine, wind turbine. Can you imagine? Not to mention, we wouldn't have all of these people running around saying that, yeah, our infrastructure, our grid is open. It's open for terrorist attack. Well, people are just